No, it's 2 bar, okay. There's 2 ways you can run your pump. One of them is, you'd have a switch on every tap, and you click the switch, and that supplies 12 volts to the pump, and the pump runs, which needs you to buy special taps, or put a switch near the tap, but it's special stuff. The other way to do it is you have a pressure sensing pump. Now what the pump does is, it runs until such time that it's got 2 bar of pressure when all the other taps are off, and it'll sit there at 2 bar, and if the pressure falls below 2 bar, it'll run, which means if you open the tap, the pump runs, which is great, because all the house spec taps, shower, whatever else you do, works with that pump. So they act exactly like they would if they were in a house. What will happen is you open the tap and you leave the pump going and the stuff come out. So there's no additional wire and no complexity. And although the pump is a little bit more expensive, you save that in not having to wire up all the taps individually. The disadvantage is, if you have a leak anywhere, the pump makes the leak worse. So that's a bit of a problem, but then you just got to make sure you don't have any leaks. Now, at the front, obviously, we've got the overcab, which is big enough to put a double mattress in there. There's a little bit of a height restriction in there, and you don't get as much space in the overcab as you do at the back. I may try and find a thinner mattress just to retain the headroom. The width and the length is massive, it's huge, but you're constrained a little bit on height. You don't really want to be too close to the roof. So I don't know what I'm going to buy for that. May well box it in as well. Bit of extra storage at the end, don't know yet. Decide that when I find my mattress probably. The seats that run along the back there, enough seating for enough people who are in there. There's also a fold out panel, and that is designed in such a way that the cushion that's going to go on the back should then go on the fold out bit, and that should give you the width of bed. I can't remember the dimensions just now, but we did all have that sussed out at the time, whereby the back cushion becomes part of the bed, and that is enough. Technically, it's enough for 4 people there, because if you fold them out and you've got twice the length, you've got two heights of people. It'd be cozy, but you could do, you could have a lot of people. You could have 4 people if need be. And obviously, if you have fewer people, then that's fine as well. But it was designed with flexibility in mind. Now, inside of the box there's a metal frame which bolts to the spars that come off the chassis of the truck. So there's a direct metalwork link between the chassis of the truck and the box and the seatbelt. And then you've got 5 sideways seatbelts. We'd looked up the specification when we were looking at it to see what you need to do in terms of seatbelts and having people seated in the back. And if you're sitting sideways, then you can just have a lap belt on it, which is the configuration we've gone through. That can be revisited depending how we feel about that. And there is, we looked at another way of doing it where you can have a forward or a rear facing seat, which is what the motorhomes do. Again, at the time that was done, it was based upon the expense of what's the cheapest way of getting a lot of seats, and those metal frames and inertia reel seat belts and that type of thing was just too expensive. Not particularly flexible. It doesn't leave you with a nice room when you're done. I don't know. We'll have to have a few journeys and that and see how we feel about the sideways seat and see how sick people are when they're sitting there. I mean, there's room in the front if you want, but we'll see. Again, it can be changed if need be, but as it is, it stands. It conforms to the spec at the time we made it, and it's all nice and safe. Seatbelts, metal frame. We tried to build a bit of sensibility and then a bit of safety into it, and we were speccing that. But yeah, it's going to get done, going to get finished. Hopefully, you'll see it on the road, and you'll certainly see us messing about trying to get it fixed before then. So yeah, like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.